I get started, I want to give out honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. Shalom to the hopefully like men that scattered abroad, pushing this truth without sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. And also shalom to you very few sincere sisters, right, that's taking heed and getting in order in these last days. I mean, Brother Amawan, coming at you the quick lesson, Lord, when it's edifying. And as you can see inside the beginning clips, it was another earthquake that happened in Mexico, and these are just, more signs that the Lord is showing us to know where we at within prophecy, inside this chapter right here, the first verse, that key word was measure, pay close attention, add it up, give good observation to what's going around you, because these are the measuring tools, to know how close I am to come deliver us up out of here, right? So this right is 2nd Esdras 9:1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, right? Giving close care, close judgment to know what's going on, right? And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it's the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made, right? And we see the Lord is really cranking things up, in Israel, right? The non-believers, and also, prophecy as well. Well, that's a part of prophecy as well. But with the heathens, with the wars, the MOTB, right? Hella judgment, right? Hey, that's the Lord visiting, man, right? Especially with that judgment, he's visiting. It says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, right? The main thing we touching upon is the earthquakes, right? Then shalt thou be then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. And it's another reason why you should believe inside these scriptures, man, because he wrote this from the days, from the beginning, right? In the last days, this is what you're going to see frequently, real often. You're going to see earthquakes, all right? And we haven't seen them, and we have seen them and reporting them in, right? So and this happened on day 2 of January, right? So we already know this year going to be a long year anyway. Lord willing, it's a fast one, but it's going to be a long year as in hell wise, the condition of a people, right? Verse 5, for like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. Excuse me. It's like it. Even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonder and powerful works and endings and effects and signs. So that's the point, right? The Lord already gave us the signs of what's to come, right? This is how you're going to measure when Lord Yahweh Shai is finna come deliver us. Now we know we got to wait for a couple more things to jump off, to play off. 2 major things is, the MOTB, well, 3, Jacob's trouble, which is going to, lead to the MOTB, the MOTB and WW3, those things are going to, those are the 3 major things that got to play out. But we know that we're real close to it with the judgment call of all of these earthquakes. And we go to the book of Matthew 24. We seeing what the kingdoms are going against kingdom, right? We seeing that they are in a war mindset, right? Matter of fact, we can go to Matthew 24 and I can close out from there, right? Because this point already been made. These earthquakes, these are just, signs for the hope for your elect. Let us know that, hey, man, we ain't got too much longer to keep enduring, and keep warning the people, right? Just keep doing your job. All right, Lord Yahweh is finna come get us real soon. Matthew 24:3, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? What shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world, right? And we know this is going to be an end of a rulership, right? Because we know after this rulership, right, 2nd Esdras 6:9 says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, right? And I start from verse 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? See? So it's going to be the end of something, right? This rulership right here, Esau's rulership. And the beginning is going to be what? The Israelites, right? So-called Negroes, Latinos, and natives, right? We're going to be stepping up into rulership, all right? It says, and he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, right? So that's the point, you know? Same way how they came out, that's the same way how we're going to be taking the rulership soon, directly after him. You know, nobody else is finna, you know, squeeze in and get no time to rule. No, the Israelites are going to be ruling next, man. You know, so back to Matthew 24. So it says, and yeah, what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world, right? So pretty much the Lord gave us signs, all right? That's all we had wanted was signs. And that's what the Lord has been giving. He's given us good signs, context clues to know, let us know where we at within our destination again, you know, of us returning back home. Verse 4, and Yahweh shall answer and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. Right? The only one that will not be deceived is the elect. And ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Right? And we know that we at a time of war, right? It's brewing. You know, as you can see inside the news, how they had they had to capture with the Venezuelan president. Right? Situation in Venezuela. You know, so a lot more invasions finna happen, a lot more, you know, missiles gonna be dropped, right? But these things are gonna be on still gonna be on a lower level just for what? The MOTB to come in, Jacob's trouble to come in. You know? For nation shall rise against nation, the kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places, right? And really when you go into a war, it's going to cause a famine in the land because they're trying to support the troops, you know, that's going out to fight, you know. So we know that's coming, right? And also on the squeeze in the other famine of hearing the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You know, that famine of the word is coming as well. Especially when all hell start breaking loose. We're not going to be out there teaching, right? Doing lessons like this, right? And pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places, you know. And many sorts of various places you're gonna be seeing these earthquakes. Fucking, you know, so it's clear as day, right? We see it, you know, loud as, you know, clear as day, Salakia. You know, and that's why we know we make these reports just to warn you. It's high time to wake out of sleep, you know, because there's only gonna be so many warnings that the Lord's gonna give out before judgment just, you know, just start happening on a way different level, higher level. You know, but that's just the end of this lesson. You know, I just wanted to just show you these clips to let you know what's going on and how close we are to home. So you haven't repent. Hey, coming to Yahweh Shem Yahushua while you can, right? The book of 2nd Esdras 5 and 7. You know, matter of fact, and I just closed off on that, right? Because just bringing out these scriptures, letting you know it's even more urgent to be coming back to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Right, this Sirach 5 and 7, make no tarrying to turn to the Lord and put on off from day to day, right? Because with us coming up with all these articles showing you things are getting worse and worse, and you haven't went to the Lord yet to get no type of armor to be able to sustain yourself inside these troubling times. Hey, you going off, right? You're not gonna be able to make it. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, right? Because we know it's a bad time coming, and we got to go through it. But what's the best way to go through it? Right, with the armor. You know, with the armor. Without no armor, you won't be able to fight. You won't be able to battle. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. Why? Because you delayed coming to the Lord. You know, so He's not gonna save you in a time when He get to really just visiting the world, man, and judging heavy judgment on a different scale. Right. So Lord, when this lesson was edifying, I'm gonna give our honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, by Hashem Crocodile. Shalom.